Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your reading for April 2021. Pisces, this is going to be a general read for the collective. It's not going to resonate for everyone, and that's okay. Excuse me. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Go ahead and feel free, if you like, to check out your other signs as they continue to be loaded. We are back doing the daily messages. Feel free to check out those. And we are back doing the real shit messages at random. So feel free to check out those. Also, anything that you need to get a hold of me or custom made items and all of that jazz, it's in the description box, okay? And yeah, so I hope these messages finds everyone in good health, in good wealth, and good spirits. Pisces, you may find that the weight of the world is kind of trying to come down on you. You may feel like the weight of the world, the weight of work, the responsibilities, your everyday sort of life. I don't want to say issues, but just tasks maybe weighing in on you. Don't be scared to nurture your more creative side, your more passionate side, to remind yourself of why you do this every day, day in and day out. Okay, don't be not scared, but don't think that you just never have time. Find time, make time, you know, just a couple minutes a day, maybe an hour on the weekend. You know, make sure that you are making time to nurture yourself, to nurture why you get up and grind every day. Okay, don't lose sight of that. I'm not sure why that's coming through for you, but that is one of the first messages coming through for you. Okay, Hummingbird, turn away from infidelity so that love may blossom. Okay, first card out, turn away from infidelity so that love may blossom. Those type of messages have kind of been coming through, not necessarily that hard hitting, but those type of I hate to say the word tests, but I don't know another word for it. Those type of tests, temptations, that's a better word. Those type of temptations have been coming through for many people, not just Pisces. You may want to go check out the real shit message if you are into that sort of a thing, because what came through is that we are being bombarded and triggered in many areas. We're being kind of pandered to on many levels, and so it's important to understand how these energies are at play and what they're actually sort of doing on purpose in order to get us to cause havoc in our own lives and become self-destructive. These are some of the things that are happening right now are things that we must agree to, even if it is under false pretense and pressure, okay? Temptation and lies and things like that. So turn away from infidelity so that love may blossom. We're going to expand on this. We're just going to leave it right here for right now. The water buffalo, face life head on with courage and reclaim the brave spirit within you. And I think it's going to take a bit of this, Pisces, for you to overcome and turn away from this infidelity or any type of temptation that it may be. It may be other toxic behaviors, not necessarily cheating. It may be other toxic behaviors like maybe drinking too much, maybe smoking too much, maybe calling in a few minutes late one day and that turns into a couple of hours another day, or leaving work early another day, and then that turns into just calling in. And so now there's a few things going on. Now you're missing hours on your paycheck, you're short on bills, you're already stressed about the bills and the responsibility of it all, and then you're, you know, then you're doing things to create, it's this self-sabotage energy I'm getting with you. So I'm seeing it sort of weighing down on you, and so I'm looking at this as though you're having these sudden bursts of I don't know what to call it, like sudden burst of just like spontaneous behavior, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it comes across a bit risky and destructive in the way that it's being gone about, the way that it's being handled. And again, like I said in the very beginning of the reading, I think that's because you maybe are not making enough time or taking enough time or allowing yourself to be okay with taking the time to nurture yourself and remember what it was all about to begin with, okay? So be careful not to get burnt out and not to sort of be veered away and swayed away or made, I'm hearing made to explode as well. Not everything is as sweet as it licks, Whoop, whoop. Okay. Take it as you will. As it looks, everything that glitters ain't gold. Not everything tastes so sweet. Mm-mm-mm. La, 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 la. So yeah, just you know, you're gonna have to grab it by the horns, you know, and you're gonna have to reclaim it, and you're gonna have to take ownership of it. Okay, and you could do it, Pisces. If there's anyone I have faith in to do that, it is a Pisces. Okay, take note of the messages in whispers and secrets adrift on the breeze. Again, part of that real shit message coming back for you, specifically Pisces. Okay, now I do want you to look, for those of you that are cross-watching, look at your own chart, okay, and see where you have Pisces in your own chart, as to see how this may be playing a role in your own life. Because pretty much everything that's come out here came out in that real shit message, especially when we're talking about the messages and whispers and the secrets adrift on the breeze. There was a whole channel that came in about the wind and the trees and the noises that aren't what they seem to be in that message, in that channel. Okay, so you have quite a bit of communication coming through for you. I'm not sure why I'm looking at the rump on the deer, the spots specifically. I feel like, I'm not sure what that is. If someone is like waving their little, you know, tail or butt like nanny nanny boo boo, or trying to be cute, or maybe trying to flirt, or maybe like, honestly, it looked like I'm seeing these spots and this big, like on the butt of the deer, like a big target and bullseye on someone's rear end. Okay, so almost like pin the tail on the donkey is how it's wanting to come through. Because there's significance on the dots on the rear and in the tail, like as if it's a game of pin the tail on the donkey. Now, nobody really wants to be known as the donkey. But yeah, I'm getting this type of energy, especially when you, like, this whole thing is just screaming that real shit message back at me. So Pisces, you are being purposefully gone at. There is this sort of target on you coming in the month of April, and maybe even you may have felt this, I'm going to say at least 1 month previous. For some of you, only 2 weeks, about a half a month. Definitely last month. Definitely started in the month of March. And will continue on in this energy if you allow it, probably till June or July. I feel like that's when things are going to heat up for you. So there is things that are coming to trigger you specifically. There may be situations that you're looking at or seeing repeated that are literally trying to get you to act an ass. Okay, so be careful for that. Be careful for that. We don't want to give anyone any more power over us than what they should have. Okay. Oh, hello. Hello, widow. Loneliness. I know that I am never alone. Okay, some of you may be really, really craving companionship, really craving the company of another. Now, there's a few things that I'm seeing happen here. Remember I said, you know, everything that glitters ain't gold, and just because it came out licks, I meant to say look. So there's obviously some sexual, like, sort of foreplay, and, you know, Lord, it's coming out, like, it's wanting to come out like forbidden behaviors, not necessarily forbidden, but things that would happen behind closed doors. There may be, it's almost like, it's not just because it's taboo or forbidden doesn't necessarily make it perverted, but it's trying to come across as perverted. And I think, honestly, it's not the acts that I'm seeing that are perverted. At least I definitely don't kink shame, but it's the maybe the energies that that's being exchanged there, like the energy of another that maybe is not on the up and up. You know, maybe it is a perversion of their energy, not necessarily the acts that maybe engaging in, you know, that either party is engaging in with one another. Now, so again, there's a few things coming, or a couple of things rather, coming through here with this. So you may be finding yourself, I don't want to say like a bit desperate for attention, not attention, affection, excuse me, affection and company and companionship, that you're kind of settling for maybe someone with toxic behavior, maybe a group of friends that, you know, those people, you know, that are just like really not your friends. You know that they're maybe not the best influence to have around, parasitic energy, possibly. It's a lot of things. So there could be that, and there could be some level of isolation that you're feeling, so that could, you know, put you into a, you know, bit of a depression, possibly. Also, if you, the other way that it's coming through, if you're not careful, if you are with somebody, with a, you know, if you have a loyal group of friends, if you have a supportive family, if you have a supportive soul tribe, if you have a spouse or a partnership, or a partner rather, some sort of a, I don't know the term, some form of relationship, you have that, and maybe the communication is breaking down, or maybe somebody has started looking outside of this, or maybe somebody doesn't feel as supported as they once did, or maybe other people have gotten busy and they just can't get around to you, maybe they're not answering the phone. It may leave you feeling ignored, and this, you know, of course could be vice versa for the cross watcher. Take it and put it where it fits. Energy flows. You know, we don't really put labels on it like that, but whoever may be feeling a little bit abandoned, put off to the side, or just like not as important, may veer off and start going to other crowds, other groups that are not very beneficial for them, other relationships outside of their partnership, and things like that. So remember that you are never alone, and right now is an amazing time, and also a time that is very necessary to keep your true soul connections, spiritual connections, connections with your spirits, with your guides, with your God. Keep those lines of communication open and solid. Strengthen them like you have never strengthened them before, Pisces. And this is very interesting because all of this came through in one way or another in that real shit message. For whatever reason, it is being reiterated to you here, on a very, very personal level once again, okay? So try not to let anyone make you feel like you are alone. Know what's good for you. You know, again, I just can't say it enough. Everything that glitters ain't gold, okay? Just because someone has time. Here's the scenario they're showing me is like people may not have time for you, or you may not have time for people. Let's say you don't get off of work until 1 a.m. when everyone else is fast asleep because they have to be to work by 8 a.m. So perhaps there's a clash in the schedules that's keeping you apart. Maybe someone has had to take on more work to make ends meet. So it isn't necessarily that they are ignoring you or avoiding you. So now let's say you have a person that is available to you all the time, but they're a very toxic person, or they're a very parasitic person, or both or more. But they're available all the time. So, you know, anything is better than nothing in, you know, some cases, as some people see it in those moments. And so the reason that they may have time for you is because maybe they're a deadbeat. Maybe they don't have a job at all. Or, you know, maybe they don't do legit work. Maybe they participate in highly illegal activity, which gives them a lot more leisure time for other things. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful that you are make good choices. Making good choices. Patience. It's interesting because they're telling me something about like somebody, it's something about money. There's something so big about money and working hard to get it and not being paid enough or not being given enough. But it's like this person is it's like this person is wanting money from their spouse or a gift from their spouse or something for whatever reason. They're not being specific on why they need or want the money from their spouse, but the partner is out there, you know, busting tail all day long, hard work, mowing lawns, you know, warehouse. I'm seeing like whatever it is, it's very hard labor. The partner is very drenched in sweat. They're very tired. This is an all day affair. And they are receiving money from a higher up person, and they're very worn down on it, right? So let's say we'll just call it, you know, $40 for illustration purposes, okay? But on the other, and they worked all day hard for that money to give their partner. So they were unavailable when their partner wanted time or whatever this is. They were unavailable because they were out there busting ass to make this $40 that you needed. Whereas there's another person over here who was able to give you $150 at the drop of a dime. I mean, just boom, there it is. You need it, boom. And that is, they are able to do that because they're at a much different place in life, or, and this really big huge emphasis on the or, they're engaging in highly illegal activity. So what I'm looking at basically is a drug dealer. This is just what the example they're giving me. It could be taken in any way, and of course it could be different for everyone. Whatever the case, this person comes about the money not in the same way. So they have more of it to give, and they do, but they're not working near as hard for it. And they also don't care about you. Like, you're just the passing the time. They're kind of like floating through life, where the other one took so much care, they didn't have it, and they went out to bust ass to make it, and did what they could. So, and it's this sort of this missing the significance of that, and I'm not really sure how the one in the middle, because they're showing it to me as like one over here, and the one in the middle that's asking each person for this. It's a bit of an abstract message. I understand that. So if you didn't follow it, I apologize. But yeah, that's what they're showing me. Okay, back to the cards. Patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. So let's not try to rush things. Right back to that real shit message and the knee-jerk reactions. Okay, pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Okay, this came out for Cancer. So yes, we love ourselves. And okay, now this really makes sense with the message that they just gave me. So yes, we love ourselves first and foremost. We have to take care of ourselves. We must. If we don't, no one will. And if we're not happy and we're not taken care of, then we're no good for nobody, right? Yes, that is the truth. But also, we need to be proud of who we are, but we need to be humble enough to see ourselves in others. Okay, we need to be humble enough to try to relate and understand their struggle and their shortcomings as our own, no matter where we're at on our journey. You know, there may be things that they struggle with that you don't quite struggle with. There may be things that they continue to struggle with that you have far overcome. And so there's this sense of compassion and consideration that's continuing to want to come out in these readings when dealing with other people. And I think that's really significant going forward, not just in the month of April, but all the way into the year 2024. And that's a whole nother reason. It's getting deep. Oh, this is going to be the clarifier. Let's jump over here to this deck. There's something I feel like you keep going back to, Pisces. You keep going back to a particular point, a particular feeling, a particular space. It's like you keep going down back to this, or you're trying to go back to this feeling. You're trying to recreate a feeling, or you keep going, getting stuck on something. I'm not sure what it is, good or bad. It's just like you keep getting stuck on this situation or this something. Maybe you're stuck on a person. Maybe you're stuck on a feeling that was created. Maybe you're stuck in a rut. Literally, maybe you're stuck. Maybe you've tried to forgive someone and you've tried to go forward, but something keeps popping back up in your mind. Like, oh, I just can't get over that. Like, I just keep going back there. There's also a situation here where every time something happens, the same thing gets said. The same argument or point is made and brought back up. It's a bit petty, not gonna lie. It's a bit petty. I can't really tell if that's your energy or the energy of another, like someone else's energy with you. It's like, but I'm seeing someone like, damn, can you just let that go? Like I said, I was sorry. I'm growing. I'm moving on. I made a mistake. Can you just let that go? I'm not really sure exactly what that's about, but it's wanting to come through separate even from all of this, okay? King of Pentacles. So turn away from infidelity so that love may blossom. And then you have the King of Pentacles here. So make sure that you're not self-sabotaging and going after quick, short-lived, instant gratification and throwing away what has true, solid foundation and meaning, okay? The Six of Cups. Yeah, see, you keep going back. And remember I said, you know, it's that nostalgia. It's that there's something that keeps being reverted back to. I don't necessarily think it's in a good way, because it's either something that you believe you're lacking and you continue to try to go back there, which is not allowing you to fully move forward, or it's every time there's an argument that comes up, every time something happens, it's like, oh, it's because of that. Like, what? No, it happened. Or, you know, it's just this, I feel like somebody keeps throwing this particular thing or these particular things in another person's face, or keeps going back there like, damn, can you just give it up already? Like, we're still not over that. Yeah, Pisces, and I feel like for some of you it's you, for some of you it's someone that you're dealing with, but it like keeps going back there. And you know what's even more odd is that whoever is experiencing this really does want to be done with it. They really do want to be over it. They really do want to forgive. They do really do want to move forward. They want to believe that they can, but they aren't, but they can't. But they just keep going back there and getting stuck. So it isn't that it's like, wow, I really get the frustration on both sides of this. Honestly, I get it. But you would have to be sitting in a person's energy, fully submersed, to understand that point of view, like I am right now, which makes this so important. This level of compassion and consideration, and seeing yourself in everyone, and seeing those shortcomings and those faults, and being considerate and compassionate, and able to really understand and do your best to relate to how they may be viewing a situation. And when I say that, I'm not excusing behavior. Just because we understand what may be causing it, just because we can relate, just because we may have been there, or we can understand why it may be that way, doesn't mean that we're just going to outright excuse ugly, nasty, or toxic behavior. But it does mean that we can maybe work together to get through it. Okay, I want to make that really clear. So when we're getting this face life head on with courage and reclaim the brave spirit within you, I think that's what's going to have to happen in order to get out of this reverting back, this like going back, keep bringing back up this thing, getting stuck on this one thing, trying to recreate this feeling, like letting it go and letting it grow and letting it move forward. And I think that's what you're going to have to take by the horns and reclaim. This is my life. It is what I make it in every single moment, and every single moment is mine to be made. And that's that. I don't need to recreate things in the past. It felt good while it lasted. Now let's go make new, more, better. Okay. The Three of Cups. Take note of the messages and whispers and secrets adrift on the breeze. Come in with this Three of Cups coming over it. So Now, the first card out is turn away from infidelity. The last card out is the Three of Cups. So there's some situations here. I'm hearing she's for the streets. I don't know who that's for. It's could be a man or a woman. I don't know. But there's some little something here. Okay. You've got the Devil in the reverse position for the overall energy. And just where I happened to set it down, I actually made a whole little space where I was going to set that. Not sure why I set it down there. And then you've got the Eight of Swords that just wanted to pop out and show itself in the reverse position. So there's very much a fight with the mind here to get your mind separate what is trying to poke and pick at you and keep you bound. Separate that and really try to rid that toxic behavior, those intrusive thoughts, those repetitive I feel like someone here, many people here even possibly have worked very hard to grow in a way that they no longer have these self-destructive toxic patterns, and all of a sudden I'm seeing a lot of these things allowed to creep back in to your mind is where it's starting, and then it's going into your physical being, and then it is, you know, sort of disrupting everything in your life. Okay, so be careful of that, and it is a level of awareness that you're going to have because of what is happening. You know, it is what it is. That's the time that we're in. It's a weakness that you have, and it doesn't make you weak, and you don't have to give into it. You just have to be more aware of it so that you don't give into it. Yeah. So anyways, this Three of Cups, I do feel like there is, for some of you, yes, of course, it is sort of these love triangle situations. But for others of you, it's very much a celebration. It's very much about, remember the first channeled message that I came out with was remembering why you grind so hard for everything. Remembering what it's all about. Remembering at the end of the day why you do this, for those passions, for those creations, for that sweet just life experience. Okay, remember to stop and smell the roses. Remember to buy the little sweet snack, you know, just like you don't have to. Remember to enjoy what you're doing. If you are just working your fingers to the bones, remember why. Yes, obviously for survival, to keep shelter over your head, to keep, you know, but there are little things that you have to do for yourself, Pisces, that you may not necessarily have the resources to do. You're going to have to make the resources. We all need those little, you know, life pleasures. If we don't have them, what are we truly working our life away for? So I am seeing that here in the Three of Cups. It isn't so much about recreating a situation that gave you pleasure in the past. It is about continuing to create these situations and remember why you're doing it all in the present. Okay? I love you very much, Pisces. I hope you got something out of that. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with your energy. Thank you for all of your support, and I will see you next time.